Musos Corner.
Hi there, it's Patrick from Musos Corner here. Today I'm really excited to talk to you a little bit about the Boss Katana. As some of you may know, the Boss Katana has been one of, if not the most best-selling amplifier we've had in the store for the last 3 years. It covers so much ground. You're talking about an amp that can cover everything from beginner level through to advanced, and even professionals are coming in and grabbing that amplifier. The effects, the sound of the amp, the connectivity via USB, the features are all there. It's incredible, and we've sold out of it numerous times. But today I'm really excited to talk to you about the Mark II. We have an exclusive from Boss. They've brought it in, and today we're going to go through it. Let's get into it. Really excited, and it's our pleasure to have Ed from Boss in the house today. He's going to take us through some of the features of the Mark II. Let's get stuck into it.
Let's do it.
So Ed, can you take us through the differences between the Mark I and the Mark II?
Absolutely. Well, the first thing that you'll notice is Mark II has this new badge. So if you see it in the store, that's how you know that that's the new one. The key features of Mark II are actually based on the extensive feedback that we have from the user base. So there's actually a huge group of people using Boss Katana amps, and on the Facebook group that exists for this, I think there's more than 10,000 members at the moment.
Wow.
So that's a lot of people using it,
That's
a
a
lot
lot.
of people kind of feeding back what they'd like to see,
Sure.
you know, from a newer version, or what they wish they could do with the amp that they've got. So, you know, you guys are in store, you guys are talking to customers all the time. You probably know better than I do. What have you guys been hearing?
In my time selling the Katanas, there has been, like, you know, little trickles of feedback and comments about them. I mean, you know, one of the things I can remember is that out of all the effects that you have in the amplifier, you can technically only use sort of 3 at the same time, right? So
Yep.
with the panel layout, you can only use 3.
Yep.
That was definitely something I heard back from at least 1 or 2 customers.
Yep, that's right. You know, that kind of layout where you have to choose between a booster or a modulation.
That's it.
Or, you know, a delay or
Yeah.
effects. That's kind of inherited from the original Cube amps. And we realized that for some people, it is a bit of a limitation. So for Mark II, what we've done is instead of being limited to 3 of those, you can run all 5 effects at the same time now.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, dear.
So as you'll see on the top panel, there's a new concentric knob layout.
Yep.
And so that just allows you to run everything all at once.
Awesome. So for like stage and live use, you know, you can actually have whatever setting you want, and they're all going to be there, and you can go over and play with them or whatnot.
Yep. And you can run your boost, you can run modulation at the same time, run a tremolo,
Awesome.
run delay and reverb.
What else is like bundled in terms of like the amp sounds? What's going on?
So what we've done for Mark II is actually we've added a variation switch on the top of the amp, which you see here.
Okay.
And what that does is it gives you access to 5 completely new amp sounds on top of the existing 5.
Right.
Yep.
Okay.
So that's 10 sounds total.
What was the variation meant to do?
Yeah, so you know, Katana's always been quite a martially kind of platform.
Yes, we've
right.
spoken
You know,
about this.
the brown sound is that Eddie Van Halen style hot rodded Marshall kind of vibe. But what we've heard from the users is some people wanted a bit more of a modern, higher gain kind of tone.
Sure. Yeah.
So in some cases, that's what it does, is it takes the original amp and evolves it in a more modern kind of direction.
Yep. And
Right, so the
expands
brown sound, gets a bit more chunky.
Nice.
It gets a bit more, you know, like note articulations improved and stuff like that.
Cool.
And on the lead channel, which you were playing before, you know, you get a great kind of liquid sustain kind of sound out of it.
Yeah, it's quite different, like from what I've heard.
Yeah.
There's a huge amount more like presence and sustain on some of those notes. clean has had a bit of a reshuffle. Is that right?
Absolutely, yeah. So the clean channel, the main thing that people wanted was a more sparkly, brighter clean channel.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what the variation does for that. And I guess last but not least, the crunch channel.
How could we forget?
So the crunch channel is quite different as well. It's a lot more percussive, it's a bit more bitey, and there's a lot more dynamic response to it. And I think that's going to be a great plus for a lot of people.
Now, like a power amp in, can you explain a bit of that to us?
What the Power Amp in jack does is it lets you take your preamp pedal or your modeling device, whether it's a Victory tube preamp or a Helix Stomp or a GT1, and put that straight into the analog power amp stage of the Katana. So it bypasses all of the DSP in the front end.
Okay.
Lets you go into a clean 50 or 100 watt power amp, an analog power amp, and basically gives you a really easy, affordable kind of live sound monitoring solution.
We carry a large amount of the Boss Katana range. So everything from, like, I think downstairs we've got the Mini all the way up to the Artist.
Yep.
Which ones of those, like which items in that range are going to be updated to Mark II?
So at the moment, the Mark II series encompasses the 50 watt, 100 watt, whether that's the single 12 or the 212, and the head and cab.
Ed, thank you for coming in today and talking a little bit about the brand new Boss Katana Mark II.
Thanks for having me.
And get in here, come into Musos Corner today and check out the brand new Boss Katana.
Musos Corner.